Excellent. Getting spoiled for time and whatnot again, but here we are, streaming 2 days in a row. Go figure. Alright, everybody. Let's get started. I'm gonna watch the intro first. Always. Ye shall not rob from the house I have built, or commit any theft or unrighteousness, lest ye be struck down and driven into the earth forthwith, and the land of the heathen consume you. The Book of the Stone. Hey, Headness. Great to see you. There haven't been many streams. It's not like you've been missing a lot. Paths of thief and God are born as one in the earth. Glad you're enjoying Demon Souls. So am I. Thief wanted for the theft of the gems of Sarnoff. Stop, thief. Oh, I love this soundtrack. Eric and Terry Brocious. So good! Woe be to him that defies the tree, for he shall be cast out into the world through the veils of pain, fire, broken silence. Thief Gold. It's always good to play your favorite game. Looking Glass Studios. Alright. I think it's time to check out our options. We're definitely going to need higher mouse sensitivity. This is a fresh install with tfix 127 and New Dark. Well, I think that was a redundant sentence, but you know what I mean. Alright. For run forward, I want W. For walk forward, I want W shift. Slide left needs to be A. Slide right needs to be D. Backward needs to be S. For lean left and lean right, I like Z and C. Hey Alex, it's good to see you. I disagree. I believe your Thursday very much needed some Thief. I know mine did. For toggle crouch, I like F. For jump, I like space. Left and right are fine for turn left, turn right. I'm actually going to use the mouse. So I will literally never use that keybind, but that's okay. It's all good. I'm doing really well, Alex. How are you? Play on 800 by 400 for that 1998 experience. Let's not. Let's take advantage of the technology we have and make it a little better. All right, let's see. I never really need to use block. I like R for drop item. I like to use Q and E, actually, For next item, I like E. For previous item, I like Q. For clear item, I like tab. Let's keep things real nice and straightforward. Attack and use on mouse 1 and mouse 2 is terrific. Clear weapon on tilde. Those hotkeys look good. Map and objectives look good. Hold crouch, I'm going to keep on control. Lean forward, I prefer X. F11, F12 for quick save, quick load. Plug the PC into a CRT as the monitor. Okay, that all looks good. Save it as my binds. See, joystick off, look spring off, invert mouse off, always free look on. That's perfect. You know, a thief always needed QTEs. Oh my. You kids are funny. So I've got it running at 1920 by 1080 by 32. That's still not quite native to my monitor, as you can probably tell, but it's the highest that's supported even in New Dark with T-Fix. I'm not gonna mess with trying to push it past there, so fogging on, weather on, high sky detail, those are all very welcome additions that were actually kinda sorta in Thief 2 that have been implemented through New Dark. Let me check my audio right quick.
Left, right.
Perfect. Let's crank the audio channels. Let's just see if this sounds any different.
Left, right.
Ooh, there was more reverb. Alright, for the game, jump to attach ladders. I do not want to auto search bodies. I will turn on goal notification. I will turn on. Let's actually turn everything on. Yeah, that seems good. Auto equip on, goal notification on. That is perfect. Alright. Alright, fam. Let's jump right in. Put it on expert. Start keepers training. This is getting dumped into a Thief stream archive on the new YouTube channel. So, new YouTube channel, new Thief playthrough. Makes sense to me. But, since I'm finding myself back to streaming some more, in terms of formatting, you know, streams will be grouped into archives by games. On the new channel, they're not going to be organized formally into episodic playlists like the games I'm playing for YouTube, currently Mass Effect and Demon Souls. So, let's start the training. We've got our options set. The essence of balance is detachment. To embrace a cause, to grow fond or spiteful, is to lose one's balance. After which, no action can be trusted. Our burden is not for the dependent of spirit. Mayar, third keeper. Hey, Karis. It's good to see you.
I was a kid.
Stephen Russell.
No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
It's like you guys just know everything I hate and can put it into a single chat thread. It has been a minute. And Headness, I agree. The sound design is incredible. That's all I can really say about it is that Eric and Terry Brosius are absolute geniuses, which is why I'm still excited for the System Shock remake whenever it finally comes out. All right, objectives. A keeper's training, difficulty expert. Follow the directions of your instructor in order to pass the training tests. Simple enough.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
I'm not going to try and ghost, just so that much is clear. We begin this mission with a compass.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
So I'm actually going to go for maximum dialogue this go-round, which involves getting seen on purpose. I'm not sure you've ever seen me do that before. Let's fail.
I see you there, lad.
Try again. Remember, stay out of the well-lit areas until you reach the platform.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them.
Use
Good.
equals mouse 2.
Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
You can check your map at any time. Okay, so here we are at the Keeper compound. We began in the library. We are currently moving through the training halls. It looks like, although the compound itself has many other areas, our course is rather linear. We will move from the training halls into the courtyard and into the obstacle course. Our objective is unchanged. Sometimes the objective text changes between the intro and the mission, but that's not happening here. Hey, Nyron. I can confidently say this time, I have a good connection, which I did not yesterday at my girlfriend's house. So I don't know if this helps you at all, but I can confidently say this time the issue is with your internet, not mine. Also, hello, Nyron. It's great to see you again.
Now you must learn to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
Alright, so this is actually a good place to experiment with movement speeds. So, if you're standing and running full speed, obviously we're going to get heard.
I could hear that.
Try again. Remember, walk on quiet surfaces and move slowly.
So, in varying order of speeds, that's the fastest. Second is crouch running, like so.
I could hear that.
Third is walking. Which apparently was actually quiet enough. Below that is crouch walking. And finally, the quietest way to move, the only way to do it across any surface in total silence, is to stagger step while crouch walking, like so. This is the only way to make absolutely no noise. If anyone is watching this in the year of our Lord 2021 in the stream archive and is feeling like getting good at this game, practice moving in total silence by crouching and stagger walking. Someday, Nyron will attend a stream, and we'll both have a good connection.
Very good. I did not hear you traverse the room.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
And on that day, we should all buy lottery tickets.
Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them.
Use equals mouse 2. So let's get the sword in there. Bow and arrow.
Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword, and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice.
One thing to notice, of course, is that you move much more slowly with a weapon drawn than you do if you remember to put it away.
Ready your bow. Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets. Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword.
Hey, fat ass! I've heard a lot about the Gloomwood demo. I feel like I should probably try it sometime. I've heard it's very thief-like. I always like to retrieve my arrow. That bit I'm still gonna do. And always shoot at the smallest target, just for giggles. That's how you get good, right? Alright.
Swing at the target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy. Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the cobbled sparring area.
So here's a fun bit. We'll wait for our buddy to get into the cobbled sparring area. There's extra dialogue if you try to shoot him with your bow and arrow. Check it out.
Attack him with your sword, not your bow.
Okay. Here we go. We have to hit him 5 times.
Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When you are done, leave the sparring area. That's enough sparring for today. Please walk over to the table.
Get the key.
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on?
Get to the guard.
Young Garrett. Please pick up all of the items on this table.
The basketball is seriously underrated. I mean, it's a hidden gem of a sports game is what it is. What's up, bro? This guard's just gonna chill there, which is fine. Here's the hidden basketball court. You know me, I feel the compulsion to always sink a basket before nicking the secret quote bedroll. Quotes from the Dark Team during the development of Thief the Dark Project. Chris, I don't feel like a nut. Earlier I had no choice. Muck, I should do work. Someone bring me my computer. Tom, you know you're lucky I'm not wearing a G-string. Chris, yeah, well it's better to suck half as much than Greg than never to have sucked at all. I know a few of these devs by their first name. Greg is Greg LePiccolo, who would go on from the defunct Looking Glass to work at a little company called Valve Software. I think he was involved in Half-Life 2 and Portal. Hey, Sauna. Mock. Woohoo, woohoo, I'm the Bug Fairy. Tim, you're half right. Dorian, to Mock. Where are you going with that pumpkin, son? Mock. Yeah, I just save cows. Doug. Just think, around November 5th, it will be tragically funny and suicidally grim, no matter what. Dorian. Don't you be quoting me, you scurvy landlubber. Arg! Randy, pirates don't say quote. Randy, it could use some paprika. Chris, paprika's the happy spice. Mock, I want to take damage and possibly even shout when I take damage. Dorian, that can be arranged. Dorian, you know I'm wearing tights right now. Tim, Mock, you are one queer-ass freak. Mock, you know, part of me wishes that that's the first time someone's told me that this week. Mock, I don't know which flow brushes to delete. I suggest you just blast them all and let God sort them out. Mock, why don't we all just Xerox our asses and ship that? Mock, so Laura says that my ranting is environmental sound and not speech. Tim, what's that buzzing noise? Dorian, it greatly affects one's workflow when one dies. Mock, guns don't kill people, sleigh events kill people. Tim, where does the player arm come from? Mock, well, there's a mommy player arm and a daddy player arm. Tim, and they both love each other very much, and the daddy player arm has a seed. Tim, it may be that he finds the sound of the arrow entering his body slightly suspicious. Mock, que c'est le frequency, Kenneth? Doug, is map.pcx you? Mock, it's not identically me. Doug, well, I didn't mean it in the ismap.pcx in his office sense. Mock and Doug, you're a Newtonian grinder. Chris, I'm a what? Mock, it's like an organ grinder, but without the monkey. Dorian, you should have 5 servings of fruit a day. Ken, endearingly, Dorian, you're my fruit of the day. Now this Ken is Ken Levine, who would rather famously go on to be a founding member of Irrational Games and direct BioShock and BioShock Infinite. That's Ken. Tim, we want the end game to be the climax of the mission, and you can't sustain a climax for 45 minutes. At least I can't. Doug, it may be stupid, but it's a well-oiled stupidity. Karis, I appreciate that. I think looks like Wisebot did a good time of catching that one already, having it blacklisted, but... Tim, it has a certain je ne sais quoi, but I don't know what it is. The management. The team bananas will be kept in my office until they ripen so that Mike doesn't eat them. Thank you. Nate, I had 4 of these, points to big cup, full of coffee today, and actually saw and spoke to God, and he likes how the project's going. Laura, my arm won't come off. Tim, it all came down to sheep. Tim, to Kate, I revoke your brain. Kate, your arm's only physical when you're thinking about it. Tim, there are no licking attacks in this game. Hi, Mortalius. It's good to see you. It's good to be back streaming. Kate, it's an unnatural thing to get back up from the dead anyway. Mock, the physics system is a harsh mistress. Randy, Dorian is literal about everything. Dorian, no I'm not. Everything is too strong a word to use. Dorian, nobody uses the word ruly. Tim, I know, I'm just feeling gruntled. Dorian, next thing you know, you'll be plussed. Kate, it's his butt that has the velocity. Mock, yeah, I get killed all the time these days. I feel that way, playing Demon Souls for the YouTube channel. Greg, hey, where'd the humans go? Nyron, no, I have not played Library of Ruina. Oh my gosh, Mortalius. I think Vegas wakes up and gets it done with their backs to the wall. I can't imagine Vegas not forcing a Game 7 in tonight's game. Tim, I'm very wary of the dangers of stacking objects myself. Guard, enough dancing. Dorian, more singing. Greg, there's a fine line between serenity and ennui. Mark, if you're talking about me, I didn't touch the brain. Tim, it's like fingernails on the chalkboard of your soul. Doug, in my level, I've been using a bush and a rolling pin as a lockpick. Mock, the quote list sure isn't going to help me convince my mom that I'm not gay. Alright, and there we go. We can roll on back, no problem. You need to follow him tightly, though, because that gate shuts once he passes through there, if you are out here. So we already have the key off the table. Let's do as requested, and also grab the apple.
Cycle through your
healing
inventory
potion.
to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door.
Alright. So, this game the Thief Fix patch and New Dark actually imports the function of food from Thief 2. So in the very original release of Thief 1, food items like this apple didn't do anything. But in Thief 2, food items have a 1 in 3 chance of restoring a single health shield. And the Thief Fix patch, the New Dark, imports all the Thief 2 features back into Thief 1, including that. So the apple is actually worth
The door
holding
is
on
locked,
to,
but the key from the table will open it. To unlock the door, select the key in your inventory. Center the door on screen until it lights up. Then use the key on the door. Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test.
Into the obstacle course. Now that we're done in the courtyard.
Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it.
He says that, but let's go for a swim. They give you the chance to practice swimming here, which is wise. So if you duck under... Huh. My air bubbles aren't here. Wonder if they did that on purpose for the training mission to make it impossible to die. Or maybe that's just a glitch. Alright, I'm gonna make a real point of fully exploring all the levels, even if there's no loot or pickups to be found. So here on the ground level you can see these obstacles up top. Not a whole lot on this side of the river. Let's climb the rope.
Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream.
Practice my lean controls here. Have a good look at the water. Hardly ever get the time to play Vidya. It's tough being a working adult. I understand that. One other thing that's good to practice here, where the stakes are low, is to dismount from a ledge like that by crouching and kind of riding the edge. Let yourself get down without taking any damage.
Good jump. This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Nyron. The only thing out of E3 this year that I am genuinely really excited for is Metroid Dread. We haven't had a new 2D Metroid in 19 years. And Super Metroid is one of my all-time very favorite games. And Metroid Fusion was no slouch either. But it's been a very, very long time, so I'm really excited about that. But that's it. It's literally the only E3 game I'm excited about at all.
Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
Yeah, let me modify that and say I'm excited about Elden Ring, and of course I'm excited about Starfield, but I think they're both very, very, very far away. I'm more concerned with games I'm actually going to get to play reasonably soon, which winnows the list down to Metroid Dread. That's it. Alright, down we go. So as ever, through this door, there is the single piece of loot You don't want to miss it. That green and gold vase at the far end is worth 50. Get after it.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
50 in goods for a total of 50. I love how they split loot into 3 categories of gold, gems, and goods. Mission complete. It never really seems to serve any purpose. They break down loot requirements into a couple of other in certain objectives, but really it never really seems to do much. I just think it's neat. All right, there we go. Let's head onward to Bafford's Manor. Sauna, I agree with you. I can never play Thief enough times. I am never, ever, ever going to get tired of playing this game. It's so good. The most promising acolyte left us, not out of the lesser folly of sentiment, but the greater folly of anger. His heart was clouded, and his balance was lost, but his abilities were unmatched. Even then, we knew to watch him most carefully. Keeper Annals.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary. The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in. Around to the side, more out of the way. One guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter. Silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is. It's time to begin.
I love the objective. I love everything about these games. The sound design is perfect. The world building is perfect. The writing is so good. Maybe the non-Garrett voice acting is a little weak sometimes, although you gotta love Benny. Lord Bafford's Manor. Difficulty expert. Sneak into Lord Bafford's Manor and case the place. The well house in back is your best bet if you can get the key from the guard. Blackjacking or pickpocketing him would be quietest. Find Lord Bafford's prized jeweled scepter and redistribute it to yourself. Try to do it without causing too much commotion. In addition to pinching the scepter, steal 700 worth of valuables while you're in the manor. But don't kill anyone while you do the job. No servants, no guards, no pets, no one. Once you've achieved your other objectives, get out of the manor house and back to the city streets. And just so you can see what the other ones are, normal just cancels the last 3 objectives. Hard is 350 instead of 700. And it's don't kill any of the servants, they're harmless. Anyway, of course we're playing on expert. I'll make the pre-mission purchases. Can't hurt to have 4 extra water arrows. And now look, we get text on everything. Starting gear, sword. In addition to putting holes in the enemy, a sword can block a foe's attack. Blackjack. This weapon will knock out an unsuspecting target with little noise and no blood. Healing potion. This potion restores lost health, cost 250. Water arrow. We start with 8. The water arrow does not do any damage, but it douses torches and other burning objects, cost 50. And 36 broadhead arrows. This is a sharp arrow, cost 25. You'll notice we start with 350 in cash. You do have the option to skip the training mission. If you do, you start with 300 instead of 350. Not recommended. So in here, the middle column shows the items you've purchased for this session. None for me so far. And over here on the right, we have items for sale. Nothing we haven't seen in the other descriptors. So I'm going to buy all 4 water arrows. And then I can't afford a healing potion, so I will buy 6 more broadheads. As we all know, it's purely meta if you decide that somehow you want Garrett to hold on to his loot, because the truth is, in-game, in actual mechanics, you should live for the present. Your loot doesn't carry over from mission to mission, so there's absolutely no reason not to spend all your cash. Play mission. Now, I like to check out the map. They're always very detailed, and there's some good flavor on them, too. So as you can see, we have a pretty darn detailed map of Lord Bafford's Manor. Couldn't pay me enough. Hi, Cyber. It's good to see you. ZJ, I see that. There you go. Watch for interior patrols. Front entrance, heavily guarded. Do not try frontal assault. So the X's are guards. You can see that there are 5 here at the front entrance. Arrow cache, pick up en route to second floor. Here on the north side, there's perhaps exit to street, interior courtyard, pool, Bafford Mansion, first floor, well, basement entrance, 1 guard, well leads to basement via waterway, and of course, the basement. Then we have Bafford Mansion, second floor. Watch for interior patrols, north and south, turret-looking things. We have stairs down to the first floor. And then on the east side of the second floor, throne room, scepter. I like that a lot, Cyber. Okay, here we go. And finally, our simplified or rewritten objectives. Sneak into Lord Bafford's Manor, ideally by blackjacking or pickpocketing the well-house guard for his key and case the place. Steal the jeweled scepter with as little notice as possible. Grab 700 in loot while you're in the manor. Don't kill anyone and return to the city streets. Let's listen up and hear about the bear pits, shall we? I say yes, we shall. I'm also gonna, for my own purposes, I'm gonna keep a save at the start of every single mission as we go.
Hey, I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow. You want to come with?
Couldn't pay me enough.
What? You soft belly. The bears have got these new muzzles with underslung cheek spikes. Last time I was there was a real eye gouging.
Nah. It makes me sick. When I was a kid...
Surprised you're even in this job.
Ooh, the blood, it just turns my poor tummy.
Shut up, you taffer. You want blood? You should have been there years ago. Tell you, the bears then.
Comes a
There
servant.
was something to see. Those bears, they
You
didn't need no
taffer.
cheek spikes and razor collars and paw hooks and all that knifery you straps to them now.
No paw hooks? What'd they do? Just bump into each other?
Huh. Nah. The bears back then, they had claws as long as your finger and wicked teeth.
Bears? You're toughing me. They look pretty mangy harmless, long as they're not wearing harness.
That's why I can't stand the pits now. You don't know what you missed. They just don't make bears like they used to.
Whoa! Killer bears! Would have liked to see that.
Hi, Silence. Welcome to the stream. I mean, that's kind of my shtick. I really appreciate that. Welcome in. It's good to see you. We're gonna do another exceedingly thorough playthrough of Thief. Hey, Meerkat. It's good to see you too. Welcome back, friend. Please, lay an insult on me. All right. I want to hear all the available dialogue, so let's go ahead and run in here.
A few too many to try to get by here.
Come on now, talk to me.
Clear out of here,
There he
rogue.
goes.
This is no place for you.
Fair enough. Alright, so let's see what all we can explore. Behind us at the start. Street leading to a gate we can't do anything with. I'm ready, Meerkat. Lay it on me. Around the front gate here. There's an entrance to the sewers. Here's another sewer entrance. We'll be diving down there shortly. But let's go this direction. Because here is the arrow cache from the map. Water arrows, broadhead arrows. I always wondered what those voices were. We must be near a bar. So this loops us back here. There's one area in the surface streets we haven't explored yet. Over this way. Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Yet another sewer
Only one
entrance.
guard. Still, it'd be nice to get the drop on him.
Sewer entrance 4. Here's the well house. Over behind it, there's another gate we can't interact with. Way over here. It's kind of a dead alleyway. Alright, we'll deal with the well house guard in a moment. Let me backtrack. Oh my goodness, Infinimora! Thank you for popping in and subbing. What a nice surprise. Thank you. It's really good to see you. I'm sorry you have to go back to work. Here's our first two sewer entrances. Nip out this way to a four-way intersection. There's the third one. This little loop right here. Can't directly interact with the gate, but we can open this door. Don't miss this necklace on the ground. Very easy to do. 100 gold, 100 gems, total 200. This switch will open the gate. And there's the fourth sewer entrance slash exit, the one closest to the guard. You have to jump to detach from ladders, that's...
Could you possibly be
Hey
any
there,
more helpful?
friend. What's with the crazy getup?
Could you possibly be any more helpful? So a lot of these are actually added in. They were... I don't know if they were not properly coded or if they were intentionally removed. from the original game, but they existed in the game files, and the newer patches have added them back in, which is pretty great. All right, let's dive right in to the well house. Here we go. Objective complete. Yes, we have succeeded in sneak into Lord Bafford's manor, ideally by blackjacking or pickpocketing the well house guard for his key, and case the place. How is that fresh baked peach bread? That sounds pretty delicious. Down we go. Zoom zoom. So the tunnel is very straightforward. This is kind of the only branch off of it. This is the famous spider room. I'm just gonna gut him down with my gun. I'm gonna shoot him down with my broadhead arrows. 4 for 4.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
Nick the ring from the chest. It's another 100 in gold for a total of 300. That sounds awesome, Cyber. Inside at last. You know, I never really thought of that as fodder for dirty jokes, but it most certainly is. Ever-loving, smelly foot, no-life, mouth-breathing, borrows someone's Nalgene bottle and loses the cap, trash leaving, siding with the yes-man, independent, New Vegas loving, 5 a.m. jogging in the dark with dark clothing, Pennsylvania driving below the speed limit, gasoline hoarding, not picking up after your dog, Diet Coke enjoyer. I hope you're having a good day. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I feel so thoroughly roasted. I'll be warm for months. Alright, so the tunnel dead ends here at the far end. What's funny is I actually do enjoy Diet Coke. That part's true.
Inside at last.
Here we go. This room's empty, save a few crates.
I've been thinking. The sir could really beef up security some.
What do you mean? What's wrong with us?
Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking we should watch the outsides more.
That's stupid. People to worry about there on the inside.
No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer.
Oh!
You taffer. So the footlocker in here has a healing potion inside. We definitely want to get that. So these two guards have split up now. One rolls off that way, one rolls this way. He's actually going to patrol back this direction, and when he does, I'm going to club him so we can fully explore the basement. Meerkat, if I'm left to my own devices, I do tend to side with an independent New Vegas. Independent good karma is my canon New Vegas ending. So, solid gas, for sure. I'm back here, Skippy. Have a nap. Courtesy of me. Alright, so if we head off this direction, which I don't normally explore because there's nothing really here, but we have some nice empty rooms. This one's lit, but is otherwise still empty. And a pool of water. If you've played this game before, you would think there might be water arrows in the pool. It means you're well trained, but in this case it doesn't happen. And that spits us out into this nicely carpeted storage room. It kind of runs 4 directions. There's nothing value on any of the shelves, just some clutter you can pick up. Note that the floor does turn metal there, and the other patroller is standing there. Just be very careful of him. Ooh, look in there. That looks interesting. And we're back. So it's really just a loop. All's well. This is another good spot to practice on metal with relatively low stakes. So let's creep across it right quick.
And the people up above me get all the light and get all the favors, and I don't have another thing to eat in days. People up above me to get all the light and all the favors, and I haven't had anything to eat in days.
Just the ambience in this game is 1998. It was so good.
And when are they going to bring me my dinner? That's what I want to know. When is they going to bring me my dinner?
I often wonder the same thing. Alright, good night, bro. Let's nick the apple here. And 2 flash bombs out of the chest. This is so old it can buy vodka in every country. Oh man. That makes me... I mean, I'm old. The thing that really made me feel old was the, when I realized Skyrim is going to turn 10 this year. Come November. Alright, so up this staircase, there's really only one way to go. And once we're up here, let's check the footlockers. That's a junk vase. But that's 5 gold. Copper coin stack. Very nice. This conversation didn't work right. Let's see if I can quick load and get it to play better.
I swear, I've never seen the river this low.
Drought 12 years back, that was almost bad as this.
You can nearly walk across up at Shalebridge.
Wouldn't Newmarket love that?
There you go. It's I've always had a very, very difficult time actually hearing that conversation, but there it is. Okay, so if you look around in here, there's a north hallway here. We're just gonna note that door and leave it. This is where we came out. This one leads to a back room in the kitchens. We're gonna leave that one too. Another dab, huh? There you go. We could put that guy genuinely to sleep, but there's not really much of a point. Similarly, we could knock these 3 out. They're non-combatants, so it would be pretty easy, but there's not really a point to that either. If we head up here, there's a kitchen. This one just connects back to that same room with the servants in it. And this southern hallway is the one we're ultimately going to take. Am I gaming without a gaming chair? Yeah, I bought a Veridesk a few years ago, and I almost always stand to do virtually anything at my computer these days. It's always set up on the standing desk, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Once you get used to it. Have a nap, buddy. Alright, we don't really need to hide his body. Nobody's going to patrol through there. But just for the sake of thoroughness. I do have gaming shoes. I actually have a pretty comfortable pair of boat shoes on that my girlfriend bought me. In we go. That's completely true, Karis. Couldn't have put it better myself. Okay. So in here, there's a gold vase. 100 gold, total 405. Let's get these 5 apples. Get these 2 cheese wedges. Get the carrot. Get the loaf of bread. Over here we can get 2 more cheese wedges. And a deer leg. And some reading material on the wall. Cedric, please speak to Cook about last night's dinner. While technically the menu conformed to my instructions, I suspect that the lamb was somewhat older than this spring's, and I am in no way fooled by his practice of warming the salad to disguise wilting. If Cook is incapable of finding adequate ingredients, he can be replaced, and if he offers those same excuses about the stone market shortages, please remind him that the grocery budget is a good 50% above last year's figures, and even he should be able to procure adequate victuals at those prices. Lord Bafford. Fair enough, Meerkat. I mean, if you're on your feet at work, by default, that's pretty different. Okay, so this is the room we saw earlier. Spits us back out to here. Let's see about these other directions. There's a third room here. And this takes us out into kind of the main thoroughfare. That's another door I'll just flag to look at later. There's nothing significant on any of these shelves. Then if we go over here, a very well lit room. That also leads back out into another part of the main hub area. All right. Let's move over here to the south. Just wait here for the patroller. He goes through a hub where several patrols intersect, but he kind of tails off over here. All on his own. And he's very easy to club. Come on, boyo. Have a nap. Alright, onward. Alright, so this spits us out here. Now, in terms of linking up, this links back to here and to the kitchen. This room's kind of dangerous to walk through, at least now. We'll check it out later, but do note the pool room. This first of the 4 turrets doesn't lead anywhere and has nothing inside. this hallway is also, one might say, purely decorative. Let's read this note. To all staff, the Sir will be taking his dinner and evening out tonight, so domestics and manservants have the night free. Housekeep is still expected to finish the quarters and the general polish. The house guard is not to find this an opportunity to shirk, and lapses will be brought up with the Sir. Cedric. You and Madam are still together long distance, but she will be coming down for Halloween. Oh, that's great. That's really good to hear. Yeah, the different country aspect has been... It's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around because, I've been fully vaccinated for a few months now, and so I've kind of stopped thinking about it, which is probably an indictment of my character to admit out loud. But I'm really glad to hear that. That's great news. I'm glad you'll get to see her. Okay, so what else do we have? If we take this hallway, we find a pretty good hiding spot, which is a great place for me to wait for another patroller to come in and introduce him to the business end of my club. That's going to be first. Hey there, boyo. That's right, make your little loop. Have a nap. We can drop him off here, he'll be just fine. Okay, so if we head down here, you can see an archer standing up there. Very bad idea to run that direction, having been able to see that. And you can see a little side room here. There's a much safer entrance right over this direction. This is the same room, I'll explore it in a moment, but first, let's dip up these stairs into the second tower, where we find another loaf of bread, another wedge of cheese, and another vase, up to a total of 505. And here, we find stairs up to the second floor. This is not my preferred entrance to the second floor, but it is my preferred entrance to this particular tower. And creep up and grab the second vase. Then we can dip down this staircase. And maybe I will just go this way this time. Change it up. Club! Second floor is pretty heavily guarded still. So I'm going to drop him down into that first tower. Should be pretty free and clear at this point. So here, we go this direction, we've got the courtyard, garden area on the second floor. This leads it toward Bafford's quarters where the scepter actually is. Gonna leave that alone briefly. Let's go check out the second floor of the other tower, which is pretty well empty. I don't know if they've begun or not. It's a good question. So we can start thinning the herd of guards looking over the foyer from up here. We can actually deal with the archers, which makes us able, if we wish to explore that foyer. So let's peek around this corner. We'll bag this guy when he's at this end of his patrol route and turns around.
Who goes there? Don't see anything now. Can't hear it anymore.
And the second floor of this room should be eternally unguarded. It's a storage area of sorts. And if we head over here, you do see this chest, and it's got a stack of silver coins in it. Brings my total to 617. Now I want to dip in here and take care of that archer, so that at some point we can actually explore the front hallway. Let's knock him out. Move him away. If you do go after these archers, make sure you move the bodies, because the one across will actually spot him and raise the alarm if you leave the body there too long. Alright, so if we head this direction, what we see here is a central staircase which leads us to the still extremely dangerous front hall, right in the center. There's an archer. That same archer we saw earlier is directly above us to the right, looking down on this place, so we are not going to go explore there yet either. Hi, Steven. Great to see you. Welcome in. Come here, you.
Hello? Is someone there? Nothing making noise now.
We bag this guy, cart him upstairs. If we look through these, empty. A carrot. Another stack of silver coins, total 629. And another bread loaf. This seems to me to be the guard quarters. I don't think it's ever officially recorded as such, but it certainly makes sense to me. Alright, let's go club the other archer, which will begin to open the foyer up for exploration. There's still another guard out there, I believe. Oops. I thought I was going up the stairs. Foolish. Gotta keep my eyes open. I'm gonna get this guy. Let's wait till I hear him walking away. Alright. Now is an excellent time to actually explore the foyer. So let's do that. Things I pretty much never actually do in my sneaky playthroughs. First time for everything. Okay, so this is where I popped over earlier. Leads us back here. This mansion's very symmetrical. There's another little side room right here. North hallway to the main hub right over there. The foyer itself, you can see the front gate right over there. It is covered in tile. So if you want to explore it, which we're going to go ahead and do, just for the sake of checking it out. Cut in through here. I could bait these guards in one at a time, try to knock them out that way, and I may do it just for the giggles, but the main thing to note is that if one wishes to, you can actually get in and out the front gate, right here. I don't know. Let me see how hard this would be. But we've seen everything now. So if we back it up, just make a little noise in here.
Is that you there? In the shadow. Who's that?
They're all three coming in search mode.
You can't hide for long enough.
That's the difficulty.
Hey, stop! Don't move!
And as you can see, they're pretty hyper alert, so I'm not going to bother trying to take them out. All that really does is allow entrance and exit through the front door, which is kind of cool. Yeah, saw me at a distance. They're hyper aggro guards. I think they're actually coded specially to prevent people from trying to make it in and out of the front gate. Okay, so now's a good time to check out this little side room. There's a purple goblet in here. 15 in goods brings my total to 644. Alright, so we've now completely covered this hallway. Been everywhere except directly into the pool room. And through this doorway right here. We have here a picture gallery, which connects the two halves of these hallways. There's a green vase here, total 694, and a gold plate, total 744, which solves our loot objective. Grab 700 in loot while you're in the manor. Alright, so here we are in the north hallway. We head through here. You see it connects back to the foyer, same as the other spot. There's a stack of silver coins in here for a total of 756. This loops around and brings us back here. We got towers, we got street exits. So, back there is a drunk guard. You can see the pool room here. We've made it to the other side. And here is another door I noted a while ago, leading back toward the servant quarters. Let's go ahead and deal with the drunk guard right quick. Just remove him from the equation so we can freely use that hallway. What's up, bro? Have a nap. You're halfway there anyway. Alright, and that pinches us back here very nicely. Now we're good to explore the pool room. Check it out. Nice swimming pool. Not really anything else here, just connects the two hallways. Similarly, you have an empty well, not quite empty. You have a tower here where there's a loaf of bread and 2 apples for you to nick if you're so inclined. Now this is an interesting one, just because ordinarily the mission ends. But since we don't have the scepter yet, we can open up this exit and we can actually explore the streets on this side of the mansion. They didn't bother to put much out here. Now you can see it brings us back to the far side of the two street gates we were able to look at and access from the front of the mansion at the very beginning before we entered the well house, which I always found kind of cool. And see, the bulk of the mission takes place in this big yellow box. Come all the way over here. You find yourself on the back side of the well house. That's how you can explore the streets, if you're so inclined. Just come out here before you find the scepter. Why does everybody like making me play without saving? That makes exploring, like, impossible. Alright. Now we'll duck back in here. We've explored pretty much everything except this tower now. Let's head up here. I think I already took out the guard. So we can get a bottle of wine out of the chest. Brings my total to 806. If we head up here, this one's empty. If we head down here, we're back in this hallway. I don't know if I don't think I looked at this one yet. It's empty. There you go. So now all that's left to explore is behind these two silver doors and the actual garden. So, let's peek around the garden right quick. There are some things to see here. So up on this level, I will note that there are some slashable banners. If you get your sword out. You have balconies overlooking the pool. There's one. There's two. And this actually connects over to the other side, which I'm happy with at this point. Here's three. And through here is something we can do to make our lives easier later on. There's a secret passage which leads all the way into here. Now, what is it we can accomplish here? We can go ahead and douse these torches.
Someone making noise?
Which has a pretty high degree of utility. It's not hard to sneak around and get to all four. Oh no, I missed. Go full reboot Garrett and do an air takedown. I'd rather not. So if you look around up here, there's not really anything in the rafters, but you can access those. You can access the torches, which is pretty cool. 360 blackjack, no scope. Alright, let's roll out here. So we go back down to level 2. You see an entrance to the garden from this side. balconies in the pool room that I was unable to access. Or unable to cross. That's kind of what I meant to say. Before I forget to take that bit of the tour. Let's look at that. And that will isolate us down to just these 2 silver doors. Explore the entirety of the rest of the map, which is always fun. Karis, I'm aware of aerial blackjacks, and actually, I might try to do it just to show you something else that's fun. You might know what I'm talking about, but I bet the others don't. So let's get the very difficult to find ring in here. Brings my total to 906. That's it for this room. Patrol on down here. We got 2 patrolling guards to handle. The easiest way by far is just to get to this corner and post up and wait on them. In order to get credit for your pickpockets, you need to make sure you get the key before you knock them out. So, do that. Stash the body in the room I came from. We have very, very few. I think we're down to 2 guards left we actually need to worry about. Still get lost in the Thieves Guild. I think I have finally gotten to the point, after all these years, where I actually have the map learned and memorized. I think so. It's a tough one, though. It's extremely complicated. It's evolved over the years, though. I kind of hated it the first several times I played it. I still don't like that the AIs are more accurate than usual, but the map itself has become one of my favorites, maybe just because it's so much more challenging than most of the others. Alright, there's guard number 2. So, now there's only 1 guard left, and it's the one who's actually in the throne room. So, let's see if I can get one. The game actually statistically tracks knockouts while airborne in a separate category. So if I can manage to get one, it will show up in my end of mission statistics, which I think is super fun. Let me see if I can't manage it. Alright, so what we need to do is ready the blackjack, dive off.
Alright, you're in for it!
And not screw up like I just did.
Don't move!
It's a throne.
Okay, no, I think I need to time. I need to time the release and then fall. Not quite, because he won't release it for. He won't release it midair. I'm discovering. That might have done it. I'm not sure. Oh, I forgot to get the pickpocket, though. Shoot. Okay. Well, let's easy mode that first. Oh! That's not easy mode.
Hello?
Sorry.
Is someone there?
Here, we can duck down for the
Quiet enough now. Oh, well.
We can come down for the pickpocket via those ledges above the stairs. Still important to me to get all the pickpockets I can. Wonder if I can make this jump. No, we'll have to go back out. That's okay. Won't take long. Now let's try for the airborne knockout. Yeah, it's just a cool little Easter egg that the game actually tracks it if you manage to get one. I, at least, find it cool. Alright, here we go. Come on. Come on, boyo. I think I might have gotten it that time. Let's chat out on some food to get those health shields back. There's one. We are severely ending up on the wrong side of those 1 in 3 chances. Now that it really matters. Alright, there we go. Into the dining room. So, just to kind of show you this corridor. It forms a rectangle with this staircase on the far side. This bathtub, which is also empty, in the middle. This is where we came out. Then you can close the rectangle this direction. Little library there. Bedroom there. Let's go to the dining room. We're in the home stretch now. All the guards are down, except for the 3 at the front gate, which are gonna stay up. 2 bottles of wine in here. Didn't mean to do that. Our total is at 1,006. Let's go take the stairs down. Lord Bafford's sweaty pool. Well, I can't unthink that. Thank you, sauna. Truly. At least it doesn't smell like those stinking barracks. Alright, so here's the ledger room, where, among other things, there's another copy of the key, another bottle of wine for a total of 1,056, and the ledger. 324.34, 2,342, cash pits, Sunnyfair, 734, interest payments, Sunnyfair, 461 in a pren, which I assume is an expense, as opposed to the... I think those are minuses. Ramirez, Sunnyfair, 153, girls shopping trip, Sunnyfair, 1,491, cash pits and dealer take, Drekboon, 320, interest payments, Drekboon, 272, minus Ramirez, Drekboon, 2,785, cash pits, liquor net, Fendon, 1,852, interest payments, Fendon, minus 696, Ramirez, Fendon, 7,942. Today's Twitch, Hot Tubes Pool Beach. Imagine Lord Bafford streams from that pool. Pretty extortionate interest payments, no doubt. 4,334, 2,490, cash pits, Sunnyfair, 801, interest payments, Sunnyfair, minus 494, Ramirez, Sunnyfair, 982, cash pits and dealer take, Drekboon, 245, interest payments, Drekboon, minus 184, Ramirez, Drekboon, minus 150, Ramirez, debtor assist, 2,632, cash pits, liquor net, Fendon, 1,532, interest payments, Fendon, minus 625, Ramirez, Fendon, 7,230, 410.34, 2,254, cash pits, Sunnyfair, 743, interest payments, Sunnyfair, minus 450, Ramirez, Sunnyfair, minus 200, token, Sunnyfair guard, 754 cash pits and dealer take, Drekboon. So you can see Drekboon is making way less money, about 1/3 of what the other two operations are. 180 interest payments, Drekboon, minus 140 Ramirez Drekboon, minus 150 token Drekboon guard. 2,368 cash pits LiquorNet Fendon, 1,158 interest payments Fendon, minus 529 Ramirez Fendon, minus 200 token Fendon guard, 5,788. What the hell is going on with Drekboon? Even if Ginny's grafting, he damn well ought to be more subtle than this. If it's not turned around in another week, toss it up to Ramirez as breach. Alright. Up we go. Go ahead and nick the scepter from the throne room now. I think we got an airborne knockout. I hope so. Baffy's hot tub. I like it. I like it. Alright, here we go.
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
And here's the scepter.
Here we go.
Lord Bafford's scepter. Objective complete. Steal the jeweled scepter with as little notice as possible. All that's left is to get back to the streets without killing anyone. But there's more loot to find before we're actually done, so into the bedroom, first of all. There's a tiara, brings my total to 1,181. 4 stacks of silver coins, bring my total to 1,229. That's it in terms of worthwhile stuff, although you can see it's fairly nicely decorated. Weirdly well lit for a room someone theoretically sleeps in. And then we collapse down to the library.
Only if he reads them, or if it's just for show.
Which will kick us back to the rest of the mansion and signal the end of our exploration. So let's read this papyrus. We can go ahead and take it with us. Milordy Bafford, speaks he sell to Ginny did you bid. Drekboon the Hammerhearts have been afoot, a skulk a-ferreting about, grabbing many a one to vanish in the cold stone down below their forgy-chained cells. Tooks they your dealer Tarquis in their clutches last night, in their clutches night past, and 2 patrons as well, named of the Sal and Rayen, scooped up as they left, and these not the first, cries Ginny. Little wonder then if Drekboon grows sparse come these days. Of course the lack of blame to one hand, but I gave Ginny a firm understandsy, blood and doom in the whole book, so he'll be learning him and all he can about how to turn the hammers off him, never you fear. About your Victoria, nothing yet. Walks she an inch above the ground, for all the dirt of her footprints have I found. Dominic. And in this book, Lord Bafford, a recent delivery of antiquities from Bone contains several items which we felt might be of interest to you. Descriptions follow, but you are welcome to drop by our shop to examine them or our other goods in person. An ornamental scepter 3 feet in length. The body of the stave is weirwood carved in the star and dot pattern. 6 inches of the ferrule and 5 inches of the grip are bound with burnished copper overlaid by an ink and glaze crackdare varnish. The crowning feature of this magnificent piece, however, is the 6-inch teardrop-cut cloudstone, one of the finest of its type we have seen. A treasure box of 2 feet by 3 feet of silver birchwood. The lid is of inlaid purline and onyx, in a maze pattern carved into the wood. The feet are lion paws, each clutching a crystal globe. The inside of the box contains 2 principal compartments, one with glass shelves and one without. Beneath the compartments is a lockable 2-inch false bottom for your most valuable treasures. Grimworth and DePerrin, fine antiquities and precious relics. And one last necklace brings us to 1,429, which is the last bit of loot. At this point, we're ready to leave. We've explored everything else. There's not really any good reason to do anything other than go ahead and leave. End the mission as soon as we step out into the streets. see if we got the airborne knockout. Objective complete. There it is. Alright, so don't kill anyone, return to the city streets are done. Oh, we didn't get a knockout while airborne. Must have landed before we'd clubbed him. That is a shame. Oh well. We killed no innocents. The others killed are the 4 spiders that we killed in the sewer. So, I'm not ending the stream. I'm just taking a little restroom break. I will be right back. And I am back. I apologize for the little break. I have a delicious Hoplark hop tea. Keep my thirst quenched, keep my brain caffeinated. Hi, Diane. Nice to see you. Let's roll on. Break from Cragscleft Prison. My favorite map in Thief is the sword. In Thief 1 is the sword. It's a pretty easy call for me. I love Constantine's mansion. It's so surreal and creepy. Before death came, the liars were made to feast upon the hands of the thieves, and the thieves were made to ingest the tongues of their liar brothers. And we praised the Master Builder for his judgments, the Hammer Book of Tenets.
I went to Cuddy's place to deliver the scepter, but Cuddy wasn't there. He'd been arrested by the Hammerites. Apparently they didn't approve of his occupation, and I doubt they approve of mine. So hopefully they'll never catch sight of me when I break him out of their prison. Which is what I'm going to do. They're holding Cuddy in a mining complex carved out of a quarry. The quarry's flooded, but the Hammers still work the top-level mines and have converted part of the complex into a penitentiary for those who violate their tenets. An associate of mine was confined there and has provided me with a map. It would be difficult to get in by way of the main gate, but there is another option. The mines break the surface of a hill south of the quarry. I'll drop into the mines and head for the prison, which will be found somewhere uphill and to the north. The Hammers don't venture into these lower mine levels because they're reputed to be haunted. I'd rather not have to do this job, but Cuddy's a reliable fence, and I don't appreciate the Hammerites abducting him. And he owes me money for the Bafford job.
I just had to let Garrett finish talking. First of all, Diane, yes, I do use a standing desk. I got a Veridesk a couple of years ago, and I absolutely love it and would never go back. Tara! Hello, hello, hello. My dear friend Tara is a wonderful gamer, wonderful streamer, and wonderful supporter all at once. It's so good to see you, girl. How you doing? Welcome back in. I'm glad the YouTube's keeping you held over. I'm glad to be throwing streaming back into the mix. I feel like I'm just working on trying to find the exact right balance for me. I think there are games that definitely lend themselves to a shorter episodic format, and there are games that lend themselves to streaming, and I'm very close to having good enough hardware for both, depending on what's best, and here we are. Ethan, it's good to see you too. Welcome back, my friend. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Hello from the States. Thank you for your greetings from Australia. It's really, really nice to see all of you. Hi, Kapla. Yes, we're playing Thief. I never get tired of coming back to this game. It's my favorite. It's just so good. I'm so glad to hear you're doing so well. That's great. I'm glad you're enjoying Parasite Eve. I liked that game. I really did. It was a touch opaque and the translation was iffy, but I think the horror RPG is something we need a lot more of. It was a very, very, very cool genre meld, and I really enjoyed it. Alright, break from Cragscleft Prison. Difficulty expert. Your map doesn't show the way through the mines, so you're going to have to scout around to make your way to where they hold the prisoners. Cuddy still owes you for the Bafford job. Break him out and you'll get your cash. You've had your eye on Basso the Boxman's sister for a while now. If you break him out of Cragscleft, she'll probably be very grateful. Yissit the beggar borrowed your lucky hand of glory and, knowing him, probably hid it from the Hammer's body search in ways you'd rather not think about. Get it back. There's bound to be some pricey religious icons in any Hammer complex. Try to come out with at least 1,000 worth of their stuff. Escape from the prison with Cuddy and Basso the Boxman. A true professional doesn't leave a mess. Don't kill anyone. The final chase sequence. Oh, that pissed me off so much. I was so mad. That was like a Ghosts and Goblins level troll when they kill you for trying to save, and they make you repeat the final boss fight. Oh man, that was brutal. No, Tara, I've got alerts disabled. But I assume you have hosted, in which case I thank you. So, on normal, you can see we have very few objectives. It's just, it cuts out all but the first two. Hard leaves out the Basso objectives and leaves your loot objective at 500. And then, of course, Expert raises the loot objective to 1,000 and bars us from killing anyone. So, let's go. Okay, so, what to purchase? We've got some new gear. A noisemaker arrow. The mechanism in this arrow produces a strange noise upon impact, useful as a distraction. Cost 250. Speed potion is new. This potion will greatly increase your speed for a little while. Cost 500. Moss arrow is new here. This arrow sends out a cloud of moss upon impact, which settles into a soft and silent carpet. Cost 125. The tip and the hot tip, I don't recommend buying. I will tell you exactly what they say. A former prisoner of Cragscleft says he has info about the haunted mines. Cost 100. The tip reads, and I quote, "Word on the street is that the Hammers are eager to take back the top level of the haunted mines because there's a specially blessed holy water font there." And the hot tip, "A few well-placed inquiries might reveal where the Hammers are keeping Cuddy." Cost 300. The hot tip reads, "According to Dickett, a heretic who was recently let out of Cragscleft, Cuddy's being held in cell block 4. So, what are we going to buy? We are going to buy 15 water arrows, everything available. And we're going to go ahead and buy 2 moss arrows as well. All of the stealth gear. And then it's a toss-up what's useful and what isn't. You know what, just in the interest of not cheating, I'll go ahead and buy the tips. I could buy broadheads or a healing potion, but those are useless anyway. Oh my gosh, Zippy! Morgan! Hello! It's so good to see you! Welcome. Welcome, friends. It's good to be back. Yeah, so here you go, the hot tip. According to Dickett, a heretic who was recently let out of Cragscleft, Cuddy's being held in cell block 4. And the hot tip. Oh, I already read the hot tip. The tip. Word on the street is that the Hammers are eager to take back the top level of the haunted mines because there's a specially blessed holy water font there. Oh yeah. Look, it's daytime. That's wild. Okay. So we start out outside. Nothing really over this direction. Zippy, Morgan, I love you both so much. It's so good to see you. It's good to be alive. You can see some mining gear. You can see a top-level tunnel up there that we can't really access from out here. And here we have the flooded entrance. So let's take a look at our map. So as Garrett mentioned, over here the mines break the surface of the hill. We have 4 levels of mines. There's a shaft in the middle. And then we have the bottom level, and the quarry and flood breaks level 3 and level 2. And then from the top level it goes to the factory, and to the prison, and then to the barracks and officers' quarters, where there's another break in the hill, presumably where the main entrance actually lives. And oh my gosh, we have a hype train going on. Rory is here. Zippy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is wild. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, goodness gracious me. That's a level 5 hype train. That's the final level. All right. Well, what can you do? Those of you who have been gifted subs by Zippy, enjoy access to my face. You got me raising a skeptical eyebrow as an emote. There you go. Rory, hi, welcome. Playing Thief 1. How have you been, my friend? It's been entirely too long. Wow, Zippy. I mean, thank you. I understand it's a level of reciprocity, but I'm really grateful to you. Thank you so much. That's so much fun. So this is a map of the factory level. You can see down here on the south end, it points out to the mines. So we got storerooms, power station, machine rooms, control room, factory with X's marking where the factory workers live. There's a freight elevator, and then to the prison. Be careful of guard stations. Better than a college reunion. On level 1 and level 2 of the prison areas, you can see the yard in the center with cell blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on level 1, out of cell block 1, there is a passage to the barracks and officers' quarters. Yeah, Rory, no kidding. A year ago, it was hard to imagine myself saying this, but come on, Canada's gotta get its shit together. What's going on, Canada? Come on! I mean that in the most good-natured way, as I'm sure you know. Zippy, you really are awesome. Thank you, my friend. And I'm sorry I've been missing everyone's streams lately. I've kind of been splitting my time between here and another town, so I'm on the road a bit, as my girlfriend lives a few towns south of me, and just haven't had a lot of idle time. It's a good thing that I've lost a lot of the idle time I used to spend on Twitch, but I do very much miss you all. It's very nice to have you here, and thank you so much. So, if we look at our simplified objective text, sneak through the mines and factory to the Hammer prison, locate and release Cuddy, locate and release Basso the Boxman, locate Issit the beggar and get your lucky hand of glory back, loot the complex for valuables, need 1,000 total loot, escape from the prison with Cuddy and Basso the Boxman, don't kill anyone. I've always loved this game. I always sell it to people as the game that actually punishes you for killing people. Just because I have a cohort of people in my life who are like, oh, video games are so violent, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, my very favorite video game isn't. Alright, so, let's swim into the flooded mine level. Don't miss the diamond there on the ground. 35 in gems, total 35. Ethan, I am still between attorney gigs. It's tough for me right now, but I'm looking. There's it's really variant from specialty to specialty. My particular specialty is not in very high demand right now. That's okay. I'm living very low expense. I'm not really in any kind of, I should phrase it this way. I'm very fortunate to have the support network and sufficient finances that I don't really need to worry too much about it. And it'll happen when it happens. So this is an actual corpse, but you don't want to step into those flies. They will sting and it will hurt. Alrighty. So let's explore around. So this tunnel is effectively blocked. It's possible to get through the flies without taking damage, but I don't really recommend making the attempt. There's not much point. So here we can turn left or go straight. Let's turn left, for starters. We have a few empty mine tunnels with the absolutely brilliant sound design of Eric and Terry Brosius keeping us company. And that brings us to the elevator, which is on our map. Down below us, you can see a big, ugly, green spider. That's what broadhead arrows are for. Ah! Well, Zippy, thank you for creating a level 5 hype train. Apparently, I now have a level 5 hype train emote. That's a lot of fun. Ah, yes, there it is. Tara's using it. Zippy, I can't recommend the Thief games enough. I think the atmosphere in the... I mean, you can definitely trace the influence. Like, the Looking Glass diaspora with the actual developers who worked on this game and then went on to great things is well documented. There are people who worked on this game who are now at Valve. I think Greg Lopiccolo and Austin Grossman both started at Looking Glass before they went to Valve, where they worked on Half-Life 2 and Portal 2. Ken Levine worked at Looking Glass before founding Irrational and going on to make the BioShock games. I know Emil Pagliarulo, who's pretty high up at Bethesda, worked at Looking Glass. And I think it's Harvey Smith, who is one of the directors at Arcane, who is making great games now. Alright. Get wrecked, Spider. Okay. Spider's down. I believe that this is one that's gonna come to life. Yep. So that tunnel is effectively blocked. Which means this is pretty much my way to the elevator shafts. Let's go ahead and duck down to the bottom level through here. There's not much to the bottom level with the spider dead. There are only 2 tunnels. But if you go down here to the very bottom, we can pick up a couple of extra moss arrows. What are my thoughts on Deadly Shadows and the reboot? Well, they're very different. I think Deadly Shadows is a really good game. It's got some great level design. It retained the brilliant sound design. It's still well written. I hated the concurrent cross-platform release with the original Xbox. I thought most of the gameplay decisions that it made were actually advancements. Like, I really like its lock-picking system. I like how much harder it is to sneak. I like the better AI and the different alert scaling. I like the extra things they notice. I hate the tiny screens and the load maps. And I thought the City Hub was actually a super cool idea that they just didn't quite have the tech to implement very well. As for the 2014 Thief reboot, I'm going to be as charitable as I can and just say the less said, the better. No, that's not true. I think it had its own set of really good ideas. I thought my favorite part of the reboot is the city hubs between missions. I think they're big, I think they're complicated, I think there's lots to do and lots to find, and I think it kind of fires on all cylinders in those parts. I thought it was written like trash. I thought it just took all of the personality that the first 3 games had and vacuumed it out and spit out another just generic gross world. Like, it's not like I'm offended by people saying the F word in video games, but it's built in a universe that has unique cursing. Like, what other game has the word taffer in it? And they just took that out and had everybody say fuck instead. It's like, why? Come on. And, you know, the Thief Taker General is just cartoonishly evil. I hate every character in that game. None of them have any decent personality. And it's buggy as hell. So, and the missions that, you know, when you take a game whose ethos is, you know, one of the founding pillars of the immersive sim genre, which is let you do whatever you want, the greatest stealth games ever, I think. Dishonored's up there too. And you vacuum that out and somebody greenlights the idea of a forced wild dog rooftop chase sequence in a Thief game. Like, come on. Just, come on. So yeah, that's a reasonable summary of my thoughts on the 2014 reboot. Okay, so let's go this way. So we got a sign leading to the factory over here. We can mantle this ledge. And you'll notice this circles us back to this tunnel where that guy is. And this tunnel where more bad guys are. I think if we keep going straight, we can turn left here. That brings us right back to here. That room is our ultimate way up, but we have a little more to do first. The big one is to turn right through here, loop around this passage, and get this silver nugget and this gold nugget, which brings our loot total to 185, and gets us shows us what's on the other side of the fly swarm. Oh my, robbing the cradle is amazing. Yeah, my only real beef with Thief 3 is the technical constraints, which were completely imposed by releasing it on the original Xbox. And that's a pretty big beef. Like, the maps are tiny, and the load screens are terrible. Just terrible. But as a game, like, the level design, the writing, the atmosphere, it's all still really good. Like, I like Thief 3. It suffers greatly from the technical constraints of the OG Xbox. Alright, this guy also wakes up, but we can kind of jump around him to keep him from doing so. He has an elevation problem. So we can get around to the other side of this guy just to see the room we have here. There's electricity and a mine shaft leading up to daylight. Daylight? Yes, daylight. So the interesting thing about these guys is they are purely proximity triggered. It's not about noise, it's not about sight. But if we move quickly enough, they don't wake up. So we can head through this tunnel. 2 of these are actual bodies. The only one that wakes up is the one in the far corner. You can see some mining equipment lying here. There's not really anything else in the room. So now, on this level, you can see the broken bridge there. If you keep going up, there's a rock blocking the way. So you can kind of thread out to the ledge here. Jump across to nick another silver nugget. That's 235 loot. Oh god, the original Xbox. Like, I don't even think it was a bad console. It's just the technical constraints were kind of extreme. And there were, you know, because it had the PC architecture, quasi, and Microsoft was pushing it so hard, there were a lot of cross-platform releases that really, really suffered from how limited the hardware was. Okay, so up here, there are a total of 4 zombies patrolling around. I'm gonna get rid of all 4 of them. Simplest way to do that. I don't like his fly swarm. We can manage to get by it. Here is that holy water font that the tip was telling us about. So we use it, our water arrows become holy water arrows for 30 seconds. With 2 holy water arrows, we can kill a zombie. That's 2 down, 2 to go. We can kind of relax here. This is just a corpse, thankfully. Those of you who know about hammer haunts, well, you know about hammer haunts. So this is that same elevator, but we have access to the top 3 buttons now. We're on the top level, so let's bring the elevator to us. I mean, I don't mind the original Xbox. I mean, I love Halo. I just think that I hated the cross-platforming. That was the thing. Like, in these days, everybody hates exclusives. But, that's because the hardware has come far enough, particularly in terms of customizability and what have you, that games don't suffer on one platform by virtue of being released on another. At least most of the time. What's up, bro? Got him. Alright, that's all the zombies. That's like some of the original Xbox exclusives, like they were great. Like the original Halo was an Xbox exclusive, and it was great. It's just so many PC games got such a horrible technical nerfing by virtue of them wanting to release on the Xbox as well. Okay, so let's explore a little bit. If you follow the signs to the factory, you see a skeleton sitting upright, shaking his head at us. That's, it's possible to dodge the trap. I'm gonna quick save and show it to you. The intent is that this warns you off of taking this passage, because if you walk down it, the skeleton collapses, tosses its exploding skull at you. That's meant to warn you into taking one of the other paths, which is accomplished over here through the water. We'll get there in a moment. If we go against the factory signs, we can see this is actually just a really pretty straightforward loop through a few mine rooms, back here to the elevator room and the chapel, which we're now actually really thoroughly able to explore. As all of the wandering zombies are dead. In here, there's a healing potion. Over at the Fallen Font, we can pick up a few water arrows. I think it's a water arrow. There are 2 holy waters, one behind that post and one here. And perhaps most significantly, a gold hammer and a gold candlestick, which bring our loot total up to 360. So, let's take the water, get ourselves over behind the skeleton. Yeah, I agree. Like, I hate lazy porting, and that still happens. I think, you know, now that I've played through most of Demon's Souls, I'm planning to play the rest of the Souls games at some point. My ex-brother-in-law bought me Dark Souls quite some time ago. I found it very nearly unplayable on mouse and keyboard. The original port. I'm hoping they fixed it in the remaster that came out just a couple of years ago. You can see a tunnel here. It cuts under the water. Swim through that. So we're in a... We don't know it yet, but we're in a new area of the mines. So here's the bottom of the waterfall. You can see that there are 2 other, call it, breach points, where the tunnels get to the water. Oh yeah, I'm not even talking about the mouse and keyboard. Like, I get that you're supposed to have a gamepad for Dark Souls, but like, there were a lot of other things wrong with that first port. But I hear the remaster is much better. Well, you know, I'm not going to play 2 Souls games in a row. I'm not that masochistic, but when we get to that point...
All these halls would be close packed with novices, striving to learn our teachings.
There are novices still.
But fewer, brother, fewer. Youths in this time seek to learn about gold and politics, not honest craft.
'Twill be their loss when they come of age and know not how to accomplish aught of consequence.
Alright, we can knock both these guys out pretty easy. And I'm going to do exactly that. Let's start with this one.
If thou be there, bespeak thyself.
This one's funny.
My imagination.
Alright, hammers are asleep. So we got the staircase going up, which is going to take us to the factory. We've got more exploring to do. So this, right here, is the other tunnel from the water. See? Nice closure of that loop. Can't take the salt of a single playthrough. Well, I haven't finished Demon Souls yet. I have pretty much finished the actual stages in Demon Souls. I've done all I kind of have left is the last 4 archdemons. I got to do the Old Monk, the Storm King, Maiden Estrella, and the False King. But I've cleared at least through Zone 2 of each of the 4 worlds. So this is another interesting one. This tunnel is blocked by a fly swarm and a zombie that does wake up. But we can get some backtracking done if we go this direction. Little dead-end tunnel there. This is a loop. And this is actually the way back to that skeleton. So had we come this way, we would have come in here. We know what's to our left, so let's go straight. Up here is the last little bit of loot in the mines. Another gold, another silver nugget, total of 510. Alrighty. Girlfriend's off work. Just a hello text. And if we pop up here, you see, we're down to 1 blocked tunnel we haven't been able to access. We'll come at that from another direction. In the meantime, let's head on up these stairs. Hey, Sleepy. It has been a while. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Alright, so here we are in the factory. So we have an actual map here. To our right is the power station. To our left are the storerooms. There's a patroller in the power station. I want to go ahead and...
What is that? Who goes?
Give him the gift of slumber.
Needs must I come.
Have a nap, boyo. Let's drop him onto the staircase. He'll be safe there. Hammer inside that chest. Fairly useless. So this pops over into the actual
all is quiet now.
Factory. This is not a very great place to attack it from if we're intending to actually club people and explore.
All is silence now.
What this does work to do is the signage for the mines and factory. this takes us over to the freight elevator, which is nice. Yes, Sleepy, I am an Avalanche fan. Despite our rather humiliating defeat at the hands of the Vegas Golden Knights. That kind of thing happens.
Lay thyself on.
Got a dude coming.
By the build.
There we go. Burger and onion rings. Yum. So, if we take the freight elevator back down, you'll notice we're back on the mine level. What that really accomplishes is just showing you can kill that zombie, but there's not really any reason to. It gives you an alternative entrance into the factory. You can take the freight elevator instead. Yep. His face met my club. Alright. As we head back this way, we can...
Hello? Who art thou? Intruder!
Oh, yeah, he heard me. Oops.
Stand forth and speak thyself if thou be there. From what shadow sprang?
I was gonna say, I forgot to save, didn't I?
By the builder, from whence came thee?
That's quick save this time. Spare ourselves that, if we screw up again. Oh, you're a Habs fan. I love you guys. You are just shocking the hockey world. It's beautiful to see. I hope you finish them off tonight. It'd be like the 2014 LA Kings all over again. Alright. So let's cut back through the power station. We've still clearly got some guards to deal with. So we're back here in this main-ish hallway. Here we have an open path into this room, where this patroller who's been so bothersome is walking around. This isn't actually in a bad spot to use a moss arrow if we're gonna try and take this guy out.
Who is there? Is some
clanky metal grating. I better tread softly.
And then once he's down, we can hit his switch, which raises the grates. One leading back into the power station that we already explored. And one leading up into this hallway with the freight elevator and the other factory entrance, which we also already explored. What does that leave? Oh, Ethan, I'm idly rooting for the Islanders just because of Semyon Varlamov and his old role on the Avalanche. I would really, really like to see Sir Varls get a cup. That being said, I was extremely bitter and disappointed to see the Lightning receive the business end of the Chris Lee refereeing experience last night. That unchecked, or that uncalled cross-checked Kucherov that injured him, just... It's inexcusable, is what it is, the way that guy has reffed hockey games. Like, there was the high-sticked Corey Perry in the Vegas Habs series, and then there was that cross-checked Kucherov directly in his ribs, injured him, might be done for the series. Like, come on. Good grief. So these are the storerooms. Not much in here, but another patroller, and they loop us back here rather nicely. So there is that little entrance to the factory down at the lower level. If we cut into here instead, this is our second entrance to the second available entrance to the factory proper.
What is that? Who goes?
This is a much better place to attack the factory.
Calm my nerves.
Needs must I calm my nerves. No doubt. So if you watch them long enough, you can actually like observe the entire process of making the hammer. You close the mold. So this guy is call him the back end of the factory. He'll stay put. So we could make hammers if we wanted to. There's not really any reason to. But we could, if we were so inclined. Alright, this guy's dropping off a hammer. I'll wait for him to get back. I will give him the gift of slumber. Yeah, I would absolutely love it if the Canadians pulled off the upset. And I was one of them. You know, everybody was talking about how crappy the North Division was. You know, and I was definitely amused when you beat Toronto, but everybody thought it was just typical Toronto first round choking. Like, oh yeah, I mean, they're the Leafs. They lose in the first round. It's what they do. And then you guys swept Winnipeg, who had pulled off the big upset sweeping Edmonton. And everyone said, yeah, okay, but whatever. It's the Canadian division. The North Division was crap. They're just going to get steamrolled by whoever comes out of the West. Round 2 between Colorado and Vegas is the real Stanley Cup final. Now you guys are on the verge of pulling off the upset, and it thrills me. There's still a guy around here, so the problem with navigating the balcony, I mean, I can do it, obviously, but these metal corners render us highly vulnerable to detection while there's still guards active. So this one is just kind of a middle zone. It has no exits.
What now?
If we come over here,
all is well now.
We can wait till he's finished.
The wind on the torches.
When he comes out here, he'll turn his back. We can sleep him as well. Okay, now the factory is clear. We've explored the whole thing. You can see this is the entrance from the power station, the first one I looked at. Now we can explore the balcony at will, which is pretty straightforward, just has stairs down to each of the workstations and connects back to that tunnel. And that leaves us with, despite all of the interconnecting paths and branches and little rooms, there's only one way to go. It's this way, which is here, to the prison. Be careful of guard stations. Alright, it's guard time. It's prison time.
In truth, I have never heard such carrying on as this thief's pawn Cutty.
One would think these scum had never faced tribulation in their lives.
For a time, I thought Block 4 might never sleep again for his coughs. But he quiets now.
Good. Death or durance 'twill be the same for him in the end.
And so when this guy comes over, we can pick his pocket and knock him out. I recommend doing both. Yeah, let's cart him out. The factory behind us is empty after all. Now this one can be tough. Probably best just to bait him out.
Where art thou, villain?
2 hops will put him into search mode. I don't even need him to come all the way to me. I just need him to give up the search and turn his back.
Why do I have to be the one down here guarding all this? Well.
And with that, we can pickpocket the second key. I'll leave him asleep right here at his post. There's nothing in here. From here, we can make our way further into the prison. Cell blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4. We know that Cuddy is in cell block 4. Let's go explore the others first. So this is a bit of a dangerous spot. There's actually a security camera in the center there that will raise an alarm if it spots us. So this guy's got the 3rd key. We can pickpocket him. We can knock him out. When that's accomplished, we can then disable the camera with a broadhead. Funny that the camera bleeds. Yeah, except they fixed it. Did you notice that? It clattered and it didn't have blood anymore. Are you disappointed? So here's his post. Again, nothing in here, although you can see if there's an alarm in block 1 or block 2. And from here, we have a junction that leads either to block 1 or to block 2. But rather than mess with that, let's go back here, go this way, deal with the other guard post.
If thou wilt hearken to the designs the builder has made.
Oh, darn it. Gotta keep an eye on that camera as well. Same thing. So we can pickpocket the guy from around the corner. That's 4. Get the lean right, we can knock him out. And we can take this one out with another broadhead. Now we can duck into this little tunnel here, but we're actually going to be directed there later by some flavor materials. I think it's more within the narrative arc of the mission to wait until we get sent there. Oh, that's interesting. So the water back here is an interesting tidbit. I'm going to save so I don't have to loop all the way back, but I'll just show you that if you jump into it, go down the falls, it takes us back to here. And interestingly, it's just now that it's given me credit for sneaking through the mines and factory to the Hammer prison. The other thing we can do is try our best to swim upstream. You'll notice that the current gets too strong right about here, and you can't go any farther. Alright. Let's head to Block 4. And there it is. Sneak through the mines and factory to the Hammer prison. It's done. So we got the guy overhead. Another interesting bit here is the yard. It's called the yard on the map. You can see it has direct connections to all 4 cell blocks. I'm interested in sticking to Block 4 for now. We got patrollers running around. There are 3 patrollers. I was just fortunate enough to get 2 of them. The 3rd has the 5th, the pickpocket, which is why I'm kind of interested in finding him if I can. See if I can hear him through one of these doors. Not sure where he is. Come on, man, where are you? He could also be on the 2nd floor. They do make their way up there, but I don't think that's what's happening. Can just hear him moving around someplace. Oh, wow. Why the heck is he in search mode? Oh, he's mad because of a body in one of the cells. Wow, okay. I'm glad I came over here to hunt for him then. Fascinating.
If thou be there, bespeak thyself.
Yeah, so it's gonna yell at me about a body discovered by enemies. It's not a body I generated. It's not gonna matter.
All is quiet now.
Anyway, there's our 5th pickpocket. We aren't safe, but the patrollers should all be down now. Let's head to Block 4. That's Cuddy there in cell number 6. Not that we would know that right now. So we head up to level 2. You can see there's a top level connection straight into Block 3. We'll explore Block 3 proper later. Let that guy turn his back, run past the other cells. Here's pickpocket number 6. Then when we're in here, we can blackjack the hammer, right? Alrighty, here we go. Cell block 4. Cell 1, Possum, Lady Taker, Gelding. Cell 4, Misa, Vandal, Whisking and Factory Work. Cell 5, Wills, Heretic, Meditation, Factory Work. Cell 6, Cutty, Thief's Pawn, Palms Scalded Daily. Cell 8, Tibble, Whorekeep, Died of Flux. So if you look outside, you see right is closed and left is open. So the only cell we want to open on this level is Cuddy's, cell number 6. Now that we're relatively safe, you can see 10 is empty, 9 is empty, 8's got the corpse in it, 7 is empty. Yeah, but it can create problems if I actually turn everyone loose. Like this guy, he's actually like a hammer priest AI. Like he'll turn hostile and cast spells and everything. So 5 has that guy, the heretic in it. 3 is empty and open. 1 has the dude standing. 4 has the dude standing. 2 is empty. And here, of course, is Cuddy.
All right, old man. Let's get you out of here and me my money.
Afraid you're gonna be disappointed?
Good thing you're dying, Cuddy. Or I'd have to kill you for stiffing me. Again.
Snap, snap, puppy. But I owe ya. So, Felix went after the Horn of Quintus, down at Bonehoard. Left me his notes. The Hammers got him, put him in their evidence box. Loot collection, more like. Upstairs. Officers' quarters. Once you're up there.
New objectives.
In passage. If damp hadn't rotted my lungs.
New objectives. So Cuddy died. So this symbol doesn't mean we failed, it means the objective is cancelled. So locate and release Cuddy is cancelled. This one has changed. Cuddy's been removed, so now it's just escape from the prison with Basso the Boxman. And we have added the objective, find the evidence locker and retrieve Felix's map. Alright, so we'll cut over to block 3 on the upper level here. Interesting little blank room here.
Thought I saw.
Deal with the guard.
All is silent.
Is someone there? Help! Help!
7th pickpocket. Let's read this ledger. Cell block 3. Cell 2. Dickett, heretic, sour mash, released upon recantation and informing. Oh, Karis, of course I remember this jump. 3. Latin, false tale, tongue-pierced factory work. 4. Basso, firelighter, branding. 7. Deerna, whore, shorn and branded, to be released. 10. Tarquis, gold lender, nose cropped, factory work. Okay, so let's open cell 4, which I think is... Which one has an open cell?
Help! Help! Don't let him get me!
This should be cell 4, I think.
Help! Save
There you
me!
go.
There's someone here!
Settle down, boyo. Alright, so there's cell 10. Got that hyperactive dude. 9 is empty. 8 is empty. 7 has a lady in it. She's just standing and chilling. Down here. 6 is empty. 5 is empty. 3 has a fellow in it. 1 is empty. 2 is empty. And there is Basso.
Well, there's Basso. If he weren't unconscious, it'd be simpler, but now I'll have to carry him out.
So, locate and release Basso the Boxman is complete. And as Garrett said, we have to carry him out to finish the mission. We can take him all the way back here. This is a pretty good place to leave him. cut over this way to get to cell block 2. Make my way up to deal with the guard. Block 2 is largely irrelevant. The only thing we're really here to do besides, you know, complete exploration is get this guy's key. It's pickpocket number 8. Let's read the block 2 ledger. Cell block 2. Cell 2, Potzel, Vandal, fingers crushed. Cell 5, Gelland, thief, wrist broken. Cell 8, Naman, Jackablade, flogging, died neath righteous punishment. Alright, so 10's empty, 9's open and empty, 8's empty, 7's empty. What's interesting is that for whatever reason, there's a second little staircase down to level 1, 2 ways up and down. 5's got a dude in it, 6 is empty, 4's empty, 3's open and empty, 1's empty, 2's got a dude. Alright, now let's go to block 1. That's all that's left. Actually, we can go from up here, which makes more sense. So here on the top level, we got another guard. First things first. That's our 9th pickpocket. Club the guard. And read the ledger. Cell block 1. Cell 1, Rendell, Jackablade, flogging, factory work. Cell 4, Dellin, lady taker, scalding. Cell 7, Senate, cutthroat, razor finger removed, caning and factory work. Cell 9, Issit, cadger, caning and sour mash, died neath righteous punishment. He's in cell 9, which I believe is that lever. Yes, very good. So if we start checking cells, 10's empty. 9 has the dead Issit in it, and there is our Hand of Glory. Objective complete. Locate Issit the beggar and get your lucky Hand of Glory back. 8's empty. 7's got a dude. We can head downstairs here. This is the way through to the barracks and officers' quarters. 5 is empty, 6 is empty, 4 has a dude, 3 is empty, 1 has a dude, 2 has a dead guy. And there we go. That is it for the prison level. It's that time.
I can't take this.
Priest around the corner. Give him the gift of nap time. Only one way to go so far.
This must be how they spend all those tithes.
Alright, so we got the chapel here. First, take down that patroller. Should be pretty safe with him down. So this is the barracks. You can see they're very unadorned here. There's a purse. Totals up to 610. Second barracks room. We have some broadhead arrows. There's a dining room. If we explore this loop, that takes us back there. But what's over here, you might ask? This strikes me as what is probably meant to be the main entrance to the act, lore-wise. You come in through this foyer, and then you're in what looks like it would normally be a reasonably populated area. Let's get the loaf of bread off the table. And if we pop into
time to stop for a snack.
If we pop into the kitchen, we have deer legs, water arrows, carrots, cucumbers, apples, cheese wedges, and bread loaves. All so lovely. Alright. Let's trek back to the chapel now. Alright, so let's get the patroller first. There's a guy kind of walking a loop that passes through here. While we're waiting, we can grab these 2 gold hammers. Oh. Did not mean to grab that. Brings our loot total to 760. There he is.
Is that thee?
Hey, buddy. Come here. 2 gold candles here bring our total to 860. Now we can loot through here. First thing you'll notice, you might have spotted this little balcony from the other side. And this infamous room, where I have spent 12 hours using dark engine glitches to get something technically ghosting. I'm not going to do that today. Come on, guys. Where's the conversation?
Saw thou something over there?
Oh no, we missed a conversation.
There's nothing there now.
Vigilance is our shield.
Darn, why didn't they talk?
What is
going on over there?
Show thyself in the open at once.
Well, that makes me sad.
Thy trickery shall not last.
thee.
I don't know why those guys didn't have their conversation. I am displeased.
Come out again, whoever thou be.
Have a nap. Uh-oh. Oh, good. There's pickpocket number 10, and everyone's asleep. So now we can pop up here. This old chapel area has a gold hammer, brings my total to 935. And a book. When I was cold, thou taught of hearth and roof beam. When I was hungry, thou taught of pot and cauldron. When I was beset by foes, thou taught of spear and shield. Thy hammer pounds the nail, holds the roof beam. Thy hammer strikes the iron, shapes the cauldron. Thy hammer in my hand, unto my foes. Alright. So then if we head this way, this just loops back to the chapel. Way forward is to keep going up right here. Oh, I love the sound design in this game. It's just so good. Alright, should we go left or right first? Let's go right. Looks like somebody's prayer room or meditation room. So, the texture pack makes this obvious. It's not there in expert mode, but I think in normal or hard, if you come up here, you can access the waterway through this little passage. There's 3 wine bottles in here. I like that they have their secret drinking room stashed behind the banner. But that solved our loot objective. Loot the complex for valuables, need 1,000 total loot. That's complete. Let's check out this locker now. We need the silver key we got from the priest to open these. And that gives us a diamond and a necklace. Our total is now 1,385. Let's head on out. Or out. Let's head to the other room. Can hear some guys patrolling. Let's go deal with them before we do anything else. Final 2 guards in the mission, I believe. Might only be 1. It is only 1. He's got the 11th pickpocket. We can club him. I think we're safe now. This is fascinating to me. So we're outside. We made it all the way up to the top. Let's explore a little. So here at the top level, there's a moat of sorts surrounding the complex. Nothing in it. But we've gone all the way through the mountain, from the bottom to the top. I think that's neat. If we go this direction, just a dead end. Thanks, Todd. Okay, so now we have another locker here. Let's open it up with the silver key. There's a tiara in here and a diamond. Brings us to 1,610. Oh, what? We haven't found any notes yet. That's right, we haven't. Check out this scroll. Brother Keybond, I charge thee to organize a search detail for that jackblade Naman. Somehow he hath slipped his bonds, whilst Brother Inquisitor didst turn for but a moment. Now he hath scaped with half the contents of the evidence box. Brother Carpenter hath reported a commotion to the west, whilst he was repairing the stocks. Start thou there. If the wretch be not found soon, doubtless he hath succumbed to the rigors of his interrogation. In truth, I wouldst rather find him in a search now than by the reek later, and who knows what may become of his mortal frame should he reach the haunted mines. All right. Now, it's time for us to go visit Naman. So Naman's location changes based on your difficulty. We have the hardest, most exploration intense, most fun version playing on Expert. So let's go ahead and actually follow the clue here. So the evidence box was empty, but we found a scroll nearby that said, Naman has escaped with half the contents of the evidence box. So here are the stocks. There was a commotion to the west while the stocks were being repaired. We know that as well. Which way is west? West is this way, toward blocks 3 and 4. All right. So let's go through here. West of the stocks pretty cleanly leads you right down to here. Lo and behold, there's this little passage. Very easily overlooked if you're not looking for it specifically, but it's like a flooded chamber. I'd say sewers, but we don't really have sewers here. Now here's Naman. Now, in the original version, there was a bug that prevented you from maxing out your pickpockets. They would always top out at 11 of 12 because a key that is found on a body like this was counted against you. It doesn't count as a pickpocket if the body is dead, or if the person carrying the item is unconscious or dead. And it flagged this as a pickpocket that was impossible to get because Naman starts the mission dead. I believe that the Thief Fix 127 fixes that bug. We'll find out soon enough. But in addition to the key, I got moss arrows, water arrows. We have some coinage, which brings our total to 1,688, which is the final total. And here,
Cuddy won't be needing this anymore.
We have Felix's notes. So we've completed the objective, find the evidence locker and retrieve Felix's map. And let's look at Felix's notes right quick. Cuddy, I got me a big one, I does. The Horn of Quintus, Cuddy. I can be paying off some debts with this one, believe you me. I got me a map drawn by some dead old bugger which shows a way in. I knows it's down there in the Bone Hoard, just like they always said. They say what that the dead walk down there, but it's worth the risk now, ain't it? The way I hears it, the sound of the horn echoing will lead me right to the thing. I'm leaving you a copy of the map in case anything happens to me down there, but more's the chance that I'll see you topside, making a toast with the finest wine to be had. See you then. And there we go. Now all that's left is to get out with Basso the Boxman. Having the guards down makes this considerably easier. We can just grab him and jump into the waterway, because we have fully explored the entire map at this point. So we can just take Basso right down the waterfall. Get back to the top level of the mines. Now we can swim back here to get to the elevator. Not this way, gotta go to the next one. Kind of hard to mount up out of here when you're carrying him, but if you go directly for that corner, Garrett can just make the walk. And there is actually one little area of the map we haven't explored yet, and that's level 3 off the elevator. Let's have a look there right quick. And actually, before I forget, because I think I did forget to do this. Yes, I did. I'm hitting restart. Don't worry, I have a good reason. I wanted to leave myself an anchor save at the beginning of each mission. Now with that done, I can load my quick save. That'll pop me back here. All's well. Alright, let's go to level 3. Basso's little float job there was kind of creepy. And then, if we head down this tunnel, it's very linear. No diversions or forks. Now we get to try and climb a ladder. One of the trickiest endeavors in the Dark Engine. Once we get down, now we're on mine level 2. And we're finally at that tunnel we saw up above the very start point. This is where we make our exit. Objective complete. Mission complete. Alright, let's check out our stats. 3 others killed. I'm surprised it's only 3, considering I killed 4 zombies. Maybe it's the 2 cameras, but that would only be 2. Anyway, they did fix the pickpocket glitch. You see 11 out of 11 and 1688 out of 1688. And I am going to make an anchor save here to pick up this thief playthrough later on, and I am going to call it a stream. Thank you all so much for joining me, Zippy in particular, if you're still here. I really want to thank you for the massive, massive sub gift you gave out. That was awesome. It made this so much fun. It's been really, really good to see everybody. I don't know, I don't know when I'm going to be streaming again, but this video itself will of course get put on the YouTube channel, and there are still YouTube videos coming out every weekday, and I will see you when I see you for the next stream. I hope everyone has a great evening, and take care.